is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So from the title of this video, you guys already know it is our 9th year anniversary with the Mitsubishi Lancer GT. So those of you guys who are new to the channel, this is my 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer GT. Got it since brand new, November 2015. So at the time of shooting this video, still November 2024, but when you guys see it on the channel, it's way past that. This car has definitely came a long way since stock. So let's do a little walk around of the car. I know those of you guys who are new subscribers to the channel probably have a bunch of questions about it. But those of you guys who have been watching the channel for many years, I appreciate the support over the years. Like I said, this car has definitely transformed a lot since brand new, since stock. I am the only owner of the car. Has about 35,000 miles on it, so not a whole lot for 9 years. Okay, so few common questions that I get asked all the time over the years. First thing is, this is not an Evo 10. This is the 10 gen Mitsubishi Lancer. It has been turbocharged, it has been wide bodied. So from the factory, this is the GT model, which comes with the 2.4 liter 4B12 engine. So a little bit different than like the Lancer ES or SE with the 2 liter 4B11 engine. Also different than the Rallinspired and the Evo 10 with the 4B11T engine. Initially, I wanted a Rallinspired. So when I was first shopping for this car, I had my EK Honda Civic back then. OG subscribers will remember. And I just wanted a second car. I wanted a 4-door, somewhat sporty looking. Evos were not in the budget. I wanted something that's brand new, or at least pretty new from the dealership. So yeah, Ralliards were, unfortunately, they were hard to find at the dealership. And one down from the Ralliart was the GT. So got this brand new. Test drove it, had like 12 miles on it. Back then the Evo 10s, it was 2015, so like the final edition was out. The GSR models went for 38,000 and the MR models went for about 43,000 US dollars. So way above my price range. The GT right here was about $25,000. Again, if you guys want to pick one used up today in 2024, it's a lot cheaper than $25,000. You could probably pick one up for $5,000 to $10,000 depending on mileage and condition. But yeah, this thing obviously is far from stock. So let's talk about the car. Alright, so I know a lot of you guys like the parts list, but obviously this thing is so far from stock. Every year I do usually make a video of like what's on the car, but year after year there's more and more parts on it. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with the same details every year, but I'm gonna tell you guys what are some of the differences that we made this year on the car. So new parts that were thrown on the car 2024, I should say 2023 to 2024. It's not very different, to be honest with you. It's more or less its final form. We did add on these new headlights. I don't recall when. I think it was 2023. So these come with the sequentials. So let's go ahead and unlock the car. Super bright right now, but when you unlock it, it does have kind of like a sequential show mode. These are also custom built, meaning I can use a Bluetooth on my phone and control the app, changes to blue to red to different colors, show mode, which is pretty cool. Latest addition on the car was this authentic Various front bumper. So this is an authentic Various front bumper, the I believe version 1. This is an Evo 10 front bumper, which means that to get it to fit on Mitsubishi Lancer, you do need some work to get it done. And obviously the Lancer bodies are more narrow compared to the Evo 10. So yeah, for those of you guys who think it's a myth you can fit an OEM Evo X bumper or aftermarket Evo 10 bumper on a Lancer, you can. It does need some body fabrication. I do have wider wide body fenders up front, or if you have the OEM Evo fenders and you want to fit the OEM Evo fender bumper, that's fine. Like I said, does need some work because it sticks out quite a bit, but we got it fitting nice and flush on the car. Let's see. Like I said, setup has been more or less pretty much the same. Let's check out the interior. So interior, I don't think I really had much done. Like I said, We probably did swap out the head unit. This is actually, I think, my third head unit on the Lancer, just because I've collaborated with quite a few companies over the years. This one right here is from Xtrons. I actually love it. I did have it on my Mitsubishi Lancer Ralliart before I sold it. This right here has your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Great specs, they work great. And it's wireless, so I don't have to plug in my phone to a USB or USB-C cable. I've had it on the car now for I think about a year, so it works great. And I did mention it's turbo, so I can't talk about a turbo car without showing you guys the engine bay. So let's go ahead and pop the engine bay and show you guys. Alright, so pop the hood. Alright, so you guys are new to the channel, the engine bay setup is pretty much the same. I don't think I replaced any parts on it the last year. The most recent addition to the engine bay bling is we swapped out a different ARC operating cooler piping. If you guys know, ARC parts are so rare and discontinued. I do have a second one for sale, so if anyone, it's an Evo 10 owner or turbo Mitsubishi Lancer, you want some bling, let me know. It is rare. I believe there's only like 5 in the United States, so super rare. Come out in premium. It's for sale, not on sale. This Monster Spark part is also pretty rare and discontinued. The turbo actually sits down there. I have a Ralliart TD04 turbo, and that's where it caught on fire because the turbo oil line, which is this line right here that goes to from the turbo to the block, apparently Long was telling me that it's not a great line. I guess whenever the installation was done, it was just not a great job, and yeah, unfortunately it just kind of came loose over time, caught on fire. But I have been turbo now since 2020, so it's been 4 years. We got the whole installation done at Long's shop, and big props to them because I haven't had boost leaks, oil leaks, coolant leaks. And yes, I don't drive the car much, but when I do drive it, I do push it hard, and the car has been pretty solid. So yeah, obviously if you want to turbo your car, I have a full playlist on the YouTube channel called Mitsubishi Lancer Turbo Build, 50 over videos, so make sure to check that out. We talk about the process, what parts are needed, how much it costs to build it to be turbo, everything you need to know before you turbo your car, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, I would say whether you have a manual transmission or CVT transmission, you can turbo it. I do have the CVT, so can run as much boost. Over the years, people have asked me, would you ever swap it to a turbo? Maybe I will one day, but for now I'm just going to enjoy it the way it is. It's going to cost me a few $1,000s just to swap it to a manual. And quite frankly, I already have another manual car, my S2000. So if I do miss rolling through the gears, I have a different car to drive. But I love this car, not because it makes the most power, not because of, you know, anything, but this is my pride and joy. A lot of you guys on the channel follow me for this build, and yeah, some of you guys are lucky enough to see the transformation over the years. I think I went through like 8 different wheel setups. This is like my 3rd bumper setup or so. I went through so many different setups, 3-4 wing setups. Yeah, just over the years I keep changing different setups, but the last, I want to say 2-3 years or so has more or less been the same because it's kind of reaching its final form. Obviously there's so much more I can do, like switching different wheel setup, different headlights, different bumper, different wing, different seats, different interior, but list goes on. I also have other projects that I'm working on, other cars, so I'm pretty happy the way it is. Just want to enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, engine bay wise, like I said, besides the turbo oil line, I don't think I really replaced much. I do want to replace this because during the fire, we had a little fire when I was driving my car to the shop. I think there's a lot of oil that's soaked into this air filter, this ARC filter, and it's pretty nasty looking. You can barely see the ARC logo. So I'll probably buy a new filter, but just this filter alone is like $100. So again, ARC JDM tax pricing. Also, all this is kind of bad. I do need to polish the metal stuff. Whenever we had to use a fire extinguisher to put out the fire, it was just white stuff all over the engine bay. It has been pressure washed, but again, you know, I do need to polish up some of the metal stuff, get it nice and detailed. Even the exterior of the car right now hasn't really been clean. I'm waiting for the new paint to cure. I have to wait for about a month, and then we'll get it washed down, ceramic coated. My buddy's going to help me out, so everything's going to be like looking nice and fresh again. So if you guys are wondering what the plans are for 2025, like I said, honestly, there's no big plans. I've swapped out quite a few headlight, taillight setups over the years, like I said. But if anything, I do want to refine small little things, small little imperfections on the car that I'm not happy with. So the rear end's one of them. I mean, this car has seen me through different stages of life, you know, from my budget build stages to its rare JDM part stage. So some of the rear canards, the carbon is fading. I don't want to take that off. That M-Power rear diffuser, I also did that as a budget build back then. So I do want to get that nicely done because the caulking I did it myself, not the greatest job. So the rear end, I want to get a body shop to kind of patch it up. This extra brake light down here is actually also no longer working. So hopefully we can get that wired up nicely, or I might just do away with it. But yeah, 2023 to 2024, honestly, this car has not been driven for about 6 months. So it's pretty sad. And if you guys are wondering, why hasn't it been driven so long? It's because I swapped it to the new Varus front bumper. I did have a different Varus bumper on it, and then I sold that bumper. I always had this bumper in my garage as a backup. I actually bought this off Bulletproof Motorsports about 2 or 3 years ago as a backup bumper. This one, this is the carbon fiber lip. My other one doesn't have a carbon lip. Finally sold the other bumper to a subscriber, and then I threw this bumper on. But because it's not painted, it's a white bumper on a black car. Looks pretty ghetto, and I didn't want to drive it around like that. Also, the fitment was bad on the passenger side. It was sticking out quite a bit because it's a wider bumper. So I just didn't want to drive around, you know, having zip ties on one side and a mismatched front bumper. I don't want to do this car injustice because this is my pride and joy, my show build. So it's just been honestly sitting on a battery tender for like 6 months. And then, you know, eventually I finally got to schedule an appointment to get it painted. Brought it to my buddy Danny's shop. We painted the front bumper. And then once we had it painted, like I said, on the way to the shop, turbo caught on fire. Had it towed to a long shop after that, replaced the turbo oil line, everything runs good. But then when I got it from the body shop, I also did notice that there's a little bit of, I guess, whatever they were doing, I guess the paint cracked with fiberglass bumper. Sometimes the paint, fresh paint cracks. So I brought it back to Danny's shop to redo it. So took off the bumper, repaint it, you know, all that good stuff. So I think I'm at a stage where obviously I could throw more mods on it, but I just really want to enjoy the car. I used to mainly bring it to shows, not so much to the local car meets, but ever since I got the car back, I've been trying to take it out much more, trying to drive it more. As much as I'm so nervous and anxious to drive the car because all the rare discontinued JDM parts, it is still a car. It's meant to be driven. I know the mileage is super low on it, so yeah, I need to enjoy the car more, bring it to more meets. And with car meets, there's a lot more grassroots. I get to meet a lot of car enthusiasts, whether there's been so many new car enthusiasts moving to Austin, so connecting with people or even reconnecting with some old friends who haven't seen this car in a long time, because she's such a showstopper, but she's been tucked away in the garage for so long. Alright, so what do you guys think? I hope you guys like it. 9-year anniversary video. This is the longest I've owned any car, which is insane. Brand new from Mitsubishi. I'm the only owner. So everything you see in the car, the white body, the turbo, the rear parts, everything is done with the help of my friends, shops that I know, or DIY at home at the garage. So hope you guys like it. Again, if you guys stay to the end, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next video.